Today we are sewing the top on my new Know Me pattern, ME2110. Let's get started. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Brittany of BrittanyJJones.com. I am a sewing content creator and pattern designer for Know Me Patterns. Today we're going to be sewing View A on my latest spring pattern, Know Me 2110. You will need some knit fabric to sew this garment up. For size reference, I am cutting the size 16 and I am using this jersey knit fabric here that I found at my local Joann's. Go ahead and cut out your pattern pieces, transfer your markings, and let's get started sewing. Again, we're going to be sewing along to my Know Me pattern ME2110, and we're going to be sewing View A on the pattern. To begin, let's start working on our pocket, which is pattern piece number 2. As you can see here, I went ahead and put an X on the wrong side of the fabric. At the top edge of the pattern, you want to go ahead and either finish off your edge with the serger like I've done here, or you can fold under 1/4 inch. And when you fold it under, make sure that you're folding it to the wrong side of your fabric like I'm doing here. And then you would take that fold and fold it over onto itself, folding it along the fold line. So I put some clips on the edge of mine to indicate the fold line. You may have traced your line, but go ahead and fold it over again along the fold line, and then you can place some pins along the edge. Now that it's pinned, we can go to the sewing machine. We're going to stitch along the stitching line using a 5/8 inch seam allowance. And then right along the curves, we are going to do an ease stitch about 1/4 inch away from the edge. That's going to allow us to pull up on that ease stitch to ease out the fullness along the curves. So let's go ahead and do those stitches now. Now that we have our stitching done, let's go ahead and trim away all of the facing. So trim, again, all of the facing away, but then on the fabric, you just want to kind of angle it a little bit and then reduce some of that bulk. So again, trim away all of that facing portion that we folded over, and then you just want to angle along the top edge of the fabric to reduce the bulk. Go ahead and flip the pocket right side out. And now at this point, we could begin to fold the fabric in along the seam line stitch, the one that we did at 5/8 inch. But in order to do that, make sure that you pull up on that ease stitch, and that's going to help ease out some of that fabric like it's doing here. So go ahead and start pulling up on that ease stitch just to ease out some of that fullness along the curve, and then give it a press along that 5/8 inch stitching line. Let's go ahead and do that now. Once you have it pressed, yours should look like this. If you feel like you want to trim away some of that kind of ease stitch that we have at the corners, you can go ahead and trim that away along the curves, but make sure that you do not go past that 1/4 inch ease stitch that you placed in there. Again, you can just remove some of that bulk if you'd like. Next, we can head to the sewing machine, and we want to go ahead and stitch across, making sure that we catch in the lower edge of that facing on the inside. Let's stitch it now, catching in that lower edge. Once you have it stitched, yours should look similar to this. Now let's go ahead and place it onto the pocket. You should have transferred 2 dots on your front pattern piece for the left side. At those markings, we are going to place the top edge of our pocket there. So go ahead and match it up with those top circles. Once you have it matched up, go ahead and grab your pins, and then we can pin around the whole pocket like I'm doing here. Now that you have it pinned, let's go ahead and stitch right along the edge of the pocket. Once you have it stitched, your pocket should look similar to this. And now we can go ahead and move on to the next step, which is stitching our shoulder seams together right sides facing. So go ahead and grab your back and lay it onto the front. Again, make sure that you have the fabric right sides facing. Go ahead and match up the notch along the shoulder seams and pin your shoulders together. Once you have them pinned, we can go ahead and stitch in a 5/8 inch seam allowance. Once they are stitched, you want to go ahead and finish off your seam allowance. I do want to say that if you prefer to stitch your knit garments using your serger, this is something you can absolutely do. I just prefer to stitch first and then serge after, but if you want to do all serging, then feel free to do that. Next, let's start to work on the neckband. With the neckband, you want to fold it in half right sides facing, and we're going to stitch the center back seam of it together using a 5/8 inch seam allowance. So let's go ahead and stitch that now. Once you have it stitched, go ahead and open up the seam. You can press that seam open flat if you like, or you can just kind of finger press it, open it, and fold it so that the wrong sides are facing. The right side should be out towards you. And now we want to go ahead and start to pin it along the neck edge. So you want to match up your notches that we have, match those up, pin those in place, and you also should have transferred some small dots on your neckband. Those match up to your shoulder seams. So match those up as well and pin in place. You may need to stretch your neckband in order to get it to fit. Remember to stretch the neckband only. Do not stretch the neckline of your top, but just continue pinning your neckband to the neckline of the bodice. Once you have it all pinned, then we can go ahead and stitch in a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. After you have it stitched, then you can finish the edge off with your serger. Again, we're stitching the neckband on in a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Let's do that now. Once you have your neckband stitched, yours should look similar to this. As you can see, I went ahead and finished off my edge with my serger. The next thing that you want to do is go ahead and press your seam going down toward the top. And now we can do a stitch really close to the neck edge to keep that seam allowance down. You can do a zigzag stitch or a straight stitch, but just make sure that you're stitching really close to the neck edge. Let's go ahead and do that stitch now. This is what my neckline looks like now after I have that stitched. Now we can go ahead and move on to the next step, which is to start working on the side seam. So with the right sides together, go ahead and put your front and back, again, right sides facing. So let's go ahead and start pinning the side seams together. Again, when we are stitching, we are going to make sure that we stop stitching once we get to the dot. I am going to go to my sewing machine and go ahead and finish off my side seams. So if you want to do that before you stitch, finish your edges first and then stitch your side seam. But let's go ahead and stitch them now, stopping at the dot. Now that we have the side seam sewn, yours should look something like this. And again, you should have stopped at that dot. Now let's go ahead and start working on the sleeves. For our sleeves, you want to go ahead and fold them right sides facing, and we want to stitch the underarm seam using a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So again, go ahead and fold your sleeves in half like so. Match up those notches and then go ahead and pin the seams together. Once you have them pinned, we are going to stitch the sleeve seam using a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Let's go ahead and do that now for both of our sleeves. Now that we have our seam sewn, you can see here I finished off my seam, and then I went ahead and pressed up the hem of the sleeve. The hem allowance for the sleeve is 1.25 inches. So after you sew your sleeve seam and you finish it off with your serger, now we can stitch or zigzag 1/4 inch from the raw edge, and then we're going to do another 1/4 inch stitch below the first row of stitching. So again, you do 1/4 inch below the raw edge, and then you do another 1/4 inch stitch all the way around the sleeve hem below the first stitching. You can also use a cover stitch machine if you have that, or a twin needle to do this hem. So as you can see, I used a twin needle for my hem, and this is what it looks like along the inside. Now, when I originally stitched it, I did not get exactly on the edge. There was a little bit of fabric there. And then all I do is I just take my scissors and I trim it down close to the seam along the inside. So that is what I am doing for my sleeves. Again, you can either do 2 rows of stitches with your sewing machine, or you can use a cover stitch machine. That's also an option. And again, using a twin needle is also an option for the sleeve hem. But once you have your sleeves finished, they should look similar to this. And now let's go ahead and install them into the top. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to find your notches and make sure that you are matching them up. The single notch goes toward the front and the double notch goes toward the back. Once you have found that sleeve, go ahead and match up your side seam and your sleeve seam. Pin there first, and then go ahead and start to pin your single notches together as well as your double notch. Also transfer some circles on your sleeve. The circle that's in the center, that matches up to your shoulder seam. So go ahead and pin that there, and then just continue pinning the remaining of your sleeve in place. Once you have your sleeves pinned, now we can go ahead and stitch using a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, and then you can finish off your raw edge with your serger. All right, once you have your sleeve installed, it should look similar to this. Again, after I stitched it, I went ahead and finished off my edge with my serger. You do want to make sure that you really try to match up that underarm seam of the sleeve with the side seam. And then now we can move on to start to work on the hem. For the bottom of the side seam where we left it open below that dot, what we're going to do is press under 1/4 inch along that raw edge, and then we're going to stitch really close to the edge. You're going to pivot across at that dot that we transferred and come back down the other side. So again, once you have that 1/4 inch pressed under, you're going to stitch close to the edge, go up toward that dot, stitch across, and come back down the edge on the other side. Let's do that now. Once you have it stitched, yours should look similar to this. I did go ahead and finish off the lower edge of my top. This is what your stitch should look like toward the inside of the garment. And so now we can go ahead and press up 7/8 of an inch. That is the hem allowance for the top, and that's going to form our casing. So again, go ahead and press up 7/8 of an inch all the way along the lower edge. We'll be stitching 1/4 inch away from the raw edge. Let's stitch it now. Now that we have it stitched, yours should look similar to this. Now let's start to work on the ties. So for the ties, with right sides facing, you want to go ahead and fold the ties in half like so. Again, make sure that they are right sides facing. Go ahead and fold them. You can place some pins in them if you'd like. Once you have them pinned, you want to make sure that you leave an opening so that we'll be able to turn the ties right side out. So this will be my opening here where I will start stitching. I'll go to one side and then I will stitch the short end closed. I'll come back to the other pin, go down the other side, and then pivot and make sure I stitch the short end closed. Let's go ahead and pin the ties, and we will be stitching in a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Let's go ahead and stitch them now. Now that you have them sewn, let's go ahead and start to flip them right side out. I'm going to use this loop turning kit right here to help me turn these right sides out. You can use whatever you have or whatever you prefer. But again, just go ahead and turn your loops right side out. Let's do that now. Once you have them both turned right side out, you will need to go ahead and slip stitch that opening closed that's in the center. Again, you can slip stitch it, or if you prefer, you can just do an edge stitch. Whichever you want to do, you just want to make sure that you close that opening up on your tie. Do that for both of the ties, and then we can go ahead and insert them into the casings along the hem of our top that we created. So again, I'm just using a safety pin. I'm just going to feed the ties through the casings that we created along the hem. Just go ahead and feed both of them through like I'm doing here. Once you have both of them feeded in, then you want to go ahead and just give your top one final press, and you are all done sewing view A on my latest pattern, Know Me ME2110. If you've enjoyed today's sew along, definitely check out these other two videos here where I'll walk you through sewing other patterns. Until next time, blessings everyone. Bye.